Okay, I'm going to take a break here. Hi, guys. I had to take a moment to, have the class with you. I told you I was going to have a trip to space, and I'm here now. You see, I have my uniform, and I'm in a spaceship. Nice, right? So today we're going to continue working with our topic, and we're going to see how Earth moves. It's just beautiful how it looks nice, how big it looks, right? Okay, so please stay with me and we're going to discover how it moves. We are going to work on Earth's movement in space. And basically, we're going to work on rotation and revolution. Earth's movement. Actually, Earth moves in two different ways in space. The Earth moves. It rotates like this and revolves like as you see here. And the revolution, which is the orbit, it is called orbit, takes 365.25 days. Interesting, right? Well, that's basically a year. It takes a year, and as you can observe, we have some years that we have one extra day. That is February the 29th, right? That is a leap year. That's why it is called a leap year, because it has one extra day. And in here we have the rotation. It spins and it takes 24 hours to spin on its axis. Here we can observe exactly what axis is. There is an imaginary line through the center of the Earth called axis. So you can observe here we have an imaginary line. It doesn't exist like you can see it, but it's imaginary. The thing is that it's not straight as it is shown here, but it is a little tilted here. You can see here it is not straight, but tilted. It doesn't have a straight line. But remember, it's imaginary. And the name is called axis, as I mentioned here, right? And the axis stands from north to south. From north to south. Perfect. Then we have the Earth's rotation. It takes the Earth 24 hours, as I told you, or a day. Remember that 24 hours make a day to complete one rotation on its axis. Remember, once again, the axis is an imaginary line, but it's not straight, it's tilted. Yes? Good. And when the side of the Earth is facing the sun here, we have the sun here, it's experiencing daytime. As you can observe, we have here this part which is lighter, right? And this one is darker. The side of the Earth that is facing away from the sun is experiencing nighttime. You see? Day and night. Day because you have the light from the sun, and night because this part is not receiving the light from the sun. And then we have daytime and nighttime. You can observe here we have daytime where we are able to see the sun, and at night we can see the moon and the stars. We cannot see the clouds that well, right? Because they're a little dark, right? Yes, we can see them, but not that much as during the day. Good activities that we can do during daytime. Yeah, we go to school or we go to different places to have fun, like the kids that are having fun painting. What about swimming? We like to go swimming, right? Or we love to go swimming. And maybe just to walk to different places with your parents. And what about doing sports? Just nice. And then we have activities at night. That's the time for us to go to bed. right? Then, let's say on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, we can see those fireworks, or maybe for a birthday party, why not? Hey, what about this? Really nice, right? It's just visible at night. And we go camping. At night, we can see the stars. And to set a fire, to share with your family or your relatives or your friends, right? Good. So we can have here the sun. And the sun sets in the west and the sun rises in the east. Actually, that's what people say. Well, not everybody, but some people say that, wow, the sun appears, in the west, and now it appears in the east. But let me tell you something. The sun doesn't move, and that's what we're learning here, because we are not seeing the sun moving. We are the ones who are moving. The Earth's rotation makes the sun appear to move across the sky, but the Earth is actually rotating. We are rotating with Earth, right? Not the sun. Just to recap here, we have the Earth's rotation. What happens is that Earth is facing the sunlight. Then daylight is produced. And then when the sun is not visible here, that means that the Earth is not facing the sunlight, the night is produced. Now remember that we have two movements. Rotation, that it rotates on its axis, and now we have revolution. Revolution, we have that Earth revolves around the sun. And it takes approximately 365 days or a year. As you can observe here, we have Earth that is rotating at its axis. As you can see, it's rotating on its axis, and the axis is tilted. It's not straight. It is not straight, but tilted. And at the same time is revolving around the sun. And it takes a year to do that. Then the path the Earth takes around the sun is called orbit. And that orbit takes an elliptical shape. You can observe here, it is elliptical, the way that it revolves. Then you can observe here our planet Earth. Remember that Earth is the third planet in our solar system. So here we have Sun, right? Then Venus, then Mercury, then Earth. And Earth is coming here on its orbit. And to complete a whole year. And at the same time that Earth is rotating on its axis, you can also observe the moon. The moon appears also here. How it appears, right? In that way, seasons are created. When the southern hemisphere of Earth is tilted away from the sun, people in these regions are experiencing winter, as you can observe here and here. When the southern hemisphere of the Earth is tilted toward the sun, people in these regions are experiencing summer. That happens here and also here, right? Good. So in here we can observe the different seasons that we have: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. But one thing that we need to have in mind, and here in our country we do not experience the 4 seasons. We actually have rainy season and dry season. They're totally different. Good to know that, right? Perfect. This is an experience you can have. Can you revolve? You will need a partner. It could be a family member, a friend of yours, your brother or your sister, and a little space to move. Yes? Then have one friend represent the earth and the other friend represent the sun. The sun will stand still while earth revolves around the sun. And then switch roles with your partner and try it again. And when we see each other during our class, you will tell me how you felt doing this. Yes, I was talking to my students and I was telling them different things about Earth and what happens when it moves. Let me just continue with them and then they continue talking to you. Oh, hi. So, did you like it, guys? Did you like how Earth moves and how it provokes different, situations, movements like day and night or the seasons? Thank you very much for being with me today. Bye. Yeah, I continue talking to you. Just a moment. Bye, guys. Bye.